All right.
I was just about to say we haven't even went over what we were going to talk about, but I'm almost sure that we do things different ways. So,
Yeah, that's what I like too, is that, we didn't really give each other what we were going to talk to you guys about tonight. So it's going to be a very it's going to be really, really good. I've got a lot. She's got a lot. And I have some things that we can do tonight while we're on here. I will make sure that the playlist is a little better than it was at the beginning here. And then, but you're going to get a lot of different ideas. I've got scripts and she's got scripts that we're going to share. And something that I want you guys to know is that when you are sending these messages, or you're grabbing these scripts and saving them, you're going to have a few options on some, and I'll send mine, she'll send hers, and find which one you feel works for you. And also think about like who that script is going to, who that message is going to, and make sure that it sounds like you, and it's to the person that the right way. If it's a certain type of person who's all about emojis, like, and they're really excited all the time, exclamation points, like keep kind of note of that. But tonight is all about distributors and rolling distributors. And we're going to kind of go through everything from a little bit about posting, your potentials list, who you're asking, messaging, what to message, who to message, following up, explaining the business, explaining how we make money, explaining how to actually enroll a distributor, message rebuttals, TikTok, just so many great things. So definitely have a piece of paper and a pen to write down. And then in the chat, you're going to be seeing where we're going to put our scripts. So I'll start off with talking about a little bit about posting, because we are going to have a workshop on posting and how to post and posting to stories and all of that. But when it comes to, let's just start with that, because when it comes to getting started with this business, your business is your Facebook page or your Instagram page. And you want to make sure that you are so aware of it, so that when you go to your page, check yourself, like check the page out, see what you're posting, see what you're not posting. Know that everybody who starts this business, we all start out new, and we all have to make that little shift in our posting. Sometimes it's just a little bit of just adding in the business to what you're already doing, and sometimes it's a little bit bigger of a shift, where maybe you've been used to sharing posts all over your page of recipes and all sorts of things. But your page is so important to use for attracting and letting people know who you are. And enrolling distributors is it's a learned trait. It's not like we all just start off and we just know what we're doing. We know how to enroll. It's about learning how to actually do it. And you want to make sure that on Facebook, what people see is you. You want to be authentically you, and make sure that people know who you are. You don't have to, just because so-and-so enrolls a lot of distributors, it's not because of who she is. It's because people know who she is. It's because people are engaging with her all the time, that she's posting about the things that represent her. And you just, if the more you, it's so weird, because I remember thinking I had to like do more of something and be more like something at the beginning. And I went to a conference, and I remember seeing Jade, and she does it so great. She is always herself. People relate to you. There are so many people who relate to you, and it's so important that you are you. Show people that, and think about who you're attracting. If you're attracting people who don't have any kind of desire to make themselves better, make their lives better, then you're not going to attract people who want this type of opportunity. You want to make sure that you're attracting people who are positive. You're attracting people who are fun and happy, and not into drugs and this and that and negative and all that. You want to make sure you're keeping an eye on who you're attracting. And most importantly, you want to share your story, because that is the one thing that is going to bring everyone into you. The people who join your team will know you. And so first thing I want you guys to do is make a list of 3 things that you think people know you for. And if you can't come up with 3 things that you think people know you for, then that probably means that you're not sharing your story enough. And if people don't know 3 things about you, then that's something you're going to want to work on a little bit. And a way to kind of gauge that is you can, remember Cheyenne did this once. She said, post on your Facebook, when you think of me, what are the top 3 things you think of? And if nobody's commenting, then you definitely aren't telling your story enough. You know, people should know, are you a husband? Are you a mom? Do you have kids? Are you in college? Do you love coffee? Do you love DIY? Do you love home decorations? You know, they should be able to go, okay, I know this person loves Ray Dunn. She's got a dog and she rides horses. Whatever it is, they should know you enough. And they need to know, you know, when you start out, you're not going to have a story on your success yet, right? So that's a big thing with people. They start out and they're like, I don't even have anything to talk about. I don't have anything to show my success for. It's not about what you have already or what you don't have. It's where are you going? Because when you cast that vision, people are going to see it. And this is for years to come, okay? You're gonna not only put out there what this business is gonna do for you and talk about where you're at right now and be vulnerable about it, you're going to create a story. And I saved something that I wanted to show you guys or tell you guys. It was 4 different posts, each a different year. And looking back, I know that somebody who's been following me from 2016 may not have joined my team in 2016 or 17 or 18 or 19, but they might have joined in 2020, and it might have been because of this. In 2016, I posted, here's a fun, different picture of my why. It was a picture of a crazy looking backyard with the treehouse and everything. I said, I am happy I started this business 2 months ago because it makes me 2 months closer to what I want. Parker loves being outside, and right now our beautiful home lacks a large backyard. We have cobblestone, we don't have grass. Could you imagine the look on his face if he went out into the backyard and saw this? I can see his smiling face right now. Troy and I know what possibilities there are in owning your own business, blah, blah, blah. So I'm casting that vision. People see I'm wanting a backyard. In 2017, I post future conversation with my kids. So mom, does it works really work? Me. You see these walls covered in your pictures. You see your bedroom where we read bedtime stories. You see the kitchen we enjoyed breakfast in every morning. You see the backyard where we make s'mores and play. All of those wonderful things, baby. It Works made all of that possible. And mommy and daddy made it work because we want to give you both everything we can, and we will continue to do that because baby, it works. 2018, big brother and little sissy looking out the back door at their future backyard because this business worked. Because I talked about it, I casted that vision for myself. 2019, working from home in our backyard with these 2 cuties, grateful, thankful, blessed. A perfect little timeline that is because of commitment, because I'm sharing that story and people are able to see it unfold. You don't have to have it yet. You have to just talk about it and talk about what you're gonna do with this business. And let's see. So tonight, I want to challenge you guys all. This is like the task that you're going to do. I don't want to do it while we're on this, but tonight, write your story, post about it, talk about where you're at right now, where you're going, what this business is going to do for you, and post it with a picture of you. At least you have to be in this picture, whether it's you and your family, you and your husbands, you and your kids. Make sure that you post your story tonight, and you need to start posting that often because people need to know who you are. Do you want to say anything about that? Oh, there we go.
Look, I was like, please unmute me, please. Absolutely. And along those lines of being yourself, that's absolute. I'm going to tell you guys like straight out, point blank, blunt, what took me top 100. I had a vision that me and my team were going to make it one day. And I was like, we're going to work hard for it. We're going to do it. I started following the right cats in this business. I started following the top 25, top 50 people in this business. And I might have copied their post, but I put my family and my scenario into their post. You've got to copy the right cat. So I might have seen Jade going on a dinner date with her and her kids, and she might have posted the receipt and blah, blah, blah. I replicated the same thing. Even though my husband might have paid for dinner, give me that receipt. Let me use that. I need to use it for business. Thank you. All right. So long story short, Jade Hooper is the bomb.com when it comes to being yourself and being transparent and just rolling with it, but at the same time incorporating the business, incorporating the products, and that's how she attracts her audience. So I was like, I want to be like that. Like, I just want to be genuine and authentic. I want to be myself, and I want people to love me for me and not give off this, oh, everything is great and da, 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 and here's my products. And no, I I'm a whole hot ass mess in the morning. I'm a hot mess and I'm making my coffee and I've got my scarf on. But listen, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going. I have samples available. How about that? So um following Jade for a long time really made me realize that I can be myself, and at the same time, I can incorporate my crazy family, the kids going wild and dogs acting crazy, and still getting family things done. And I'm still drinking my coffee in the morning, and I'm still, just doing the things. So that took me a long way. That actually took my team to the top of this company. Um, what I will say is something that works for me, because like Chantel, I know you do things differently. Like, you actively message people and things like that. Like, I'm not a messaging type person, just like jumping in your inbox like, hey girl, you look like you could do what I do. Like, that's not me. And Lachelle has tried to get me to do that for so long, and I'm like, listen homie, this is not, I can't, I'm sorry. The way I do things is totally different. I like attraction marketing. I love putting out there what the business is doing for me. When I first started, I didn't have all the glitz and the glamour, and I was still sleeping on the floor in my mom's apartment, but it was just the little things that I was able to do. The groceries, the ice cream dates, and things like that, just showing my audience what the extra $500 a month could do. And people were like, oh yeah, all right, I can use an extra 500. So it was the little things. And then as the years have gone on, and now we're doing, host to post now, my biggest thing right now is messaging people that do host to post for me to become a distributor. If they get more than 4 comments, I'm in their inbox like, girl, do you know you could be making this money instead of me? And it's like they get a chance to see their money right before their eyes. Like, they get a chance to see, like, oh my gosh, all of my people, these are my people. They're interested. Like, I could be making that money. It's almost like a slap in the face, like, you could be doing this. Hello. So here's the message that I send them. As soon as they get 4 comments, I am instantly in their inbox with this. That's it. And they're either going to say yay, nay, or they're just going to look at it and leave you on red. A lot of people see the potential and they're like, you know what? I could use an extra couple $100, or I was looking for a second job. But don't be offended when they say, well, no, I'm not interested, but I would love to help you. Fine, no worries. Like, I would love to get all the customers off your page. Please don't worry about it. My dog is going crazy. All right. Sorry. So that's the message that I use. Every single host to post more than 4 messages, I'm sending that. Chantel talked about opportunity posts. I talked a little bit more about opportunity posts and stories. That's going to be a whole different segment with opportunity posts and polls. That is my jam as well, because I feel like I need to put it out there like, listen, the opportunity is here. The opportunity is here. Every single day, there is a opportunity stories and a poll for me to message people that vote on that poll. And that's how I jump. Oh my God. That's how I jump in people's inbox. My dogs are going crazy. I don't know what's going on. So that's supposed to be a different segment like next week. Other than that, TikTok and Reels, I think we talked about TikTok and stuff like, what was that, last week or week before last? Doing the opportunity TikToks and the opportunity Reels, it's really really blowing like crazy. You don't have to know what you're doing. Copy the right people. Just copy the top leaders, remake them, find a catchy song, and just do it. And I promise you, it is going to blow up so, so much. In the midst, and I just want you guys to keep this in mind too. In the midst of doing, TikToks and reels and stuff like that, don't forget to be yourself. Remember, that's how we started our conversation. This is how we started our Zoom tonight. It's about being ourselves and showing people all the things. What you doing, where you going, what you eating, and the dogs are acting crazy and all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, and you're doing your crazy TikToks and your crazy reels and stuff like that at the same time, boom, now here's an opportunity, TikTok, or here's an opportunity reel. Like I would say every 4 is when I post an opportunity one. Like that's my thing, because I don't want people to think like, oh, I'm all business all day, every day. And I'm going to lose people like that. So you build your following by being yourself and doing the things, and then throwing in the opportunity. Other than that, all I really want to talk about is holy moly. All right. Calm down, please. The only other thing I want to talk about is, as far as like attraction marketing and stuff, and like, showing people the little things that you are able to do from the business, with your kids or buying extra groceries and things like that. Don't forget, like Chantel said, your page is literally your movie reel. If you're sharing everybody and their mama's post all day, every day, and then you throw up a business post, or you throw up a opportunity post, or, a product post, you think somebody's going to see it? Probably not, because you sharing everybody else's stuff. Y'all know what I mean when you look at somebody's page and they just constantly share stuff all day long. And it's like, do you think somebody is looking at this? I don't know. Keep in mind that sharing other people's posts kills your timeline. It kills your timeline. Even sharing like your own old post, it kills your timeline. Like copy and paste it and redo it. Remember that. And then also remember, when you look at your own Facebook page or you look at your own Instagram page, who are you? When people, because that's what people are going to think when they come to your page. Who are you? Are you about family? Are you about fun, taking your family on vacations? You got crazy animals that don't know how to shut up when you're on the phone and you're on a Zoom and stuff like that. And you take your products every day, your supplements every day, just as an added addition, just the different things. Who are you? Keep that in mind when you go and look at your own page. That's just it. That's it. Would you partner with yourself if you looked at your own page? Or would you be like, who is that girl? I ain't even seen a selfie of her in 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Who is she? She say she got kids, but we ain't seen them. Who is she? You know what I'm saying? That's just it. Other than that, let me see.
Are you going to the follow? Okay. Are you going to the follow-up thing? Question.
I was going messaging. I was going back to messaging people about messaging people from host to post about the opportunity, and then I know it's posted somewhere, the scripts that I used from TikTok, and I think I sent them to you as well. Huh?
I'm gonna send real quick, you guys, in the chat, because she sent one about the people who get a lot of comments from host to post, and it is,
Savannah is right.
It is a good idea to, like, be able to kind of gauge somebody who maybe gets a lot of comments, but maybe you have somebody who doesn't really get a lot of comments all the time, but so you haven't really messaged them yet, but they host posts for you a lot. This is a message that you can send them. So let's say they've posted for you 3 times. They haven't really gotten enough messages for you necessarily to send that post or that message where you're like, hey, you have a lot of comments. So this is a post or a message, and it's just absolutely, and well, like they say, thank you for getting my entry, and absolutely. And while we're talking, have you ever thought about being a rep? I could teach you how to post consistently and how to reach out to people who are interested. You can make some really good side money. Can I tell you a little more? You have her message for the people who got a lot of comments. This is another option, and these are great to have options. You guys see what works with your network. And then let's see, host post gets a lot of comments. Host post have any, and okay, so that's that on the host post. And then you were gonna talk about the TikTok ones.
Yeah, I think Savannah had put it in there. It's in the thread that's on all of the pages. It says what's working, but instantly, like when people say that they are interested, or they start seeing that they're getting a lot of comments and things like that, I send them the one script about their post blowing up. They can make some extra money, blah blah blah. I legit fall right into that script that I use for TikTok and run it from there. Boom, I've been with the business this long. Do you have time to watch this video? It's a really short video. It's like 7 minutes, blah, blah, blah. It's literally that whole script. Like I don't switch up too often.
Yeah, I haven't even seen your video, but
really?
No, I haven't. I'd love to see it though. I have, so I actually also made one, you guys, and it's about 10 minutes long. There are so many different ways to do these things. You don't have to create a video if you don't want to. Maybe you're shy, maybe you're not ready yet. Use hers, use mine, use your uplines if they've made a 10-minute video. There are other leaders who have made like 3 session videos over like 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. That's not my style. I don't feel like people want to have to do that. Some people use an hour-long opportunity video. Not my style, but it works for other people and they're enrolling. So it's up to you on your style and how you want to do that. But for the TikTok people who reply from, this might be very similar to hers because I called Shari and I was like, I need you for a second. And
copycat.
I need you for a second, and then I'm going to talk to you for 30 minutes about how excited I am. I send, hey name. Hey name is Chantel. You found me through TikTok. I just read through. I do an application, you guys. So I do my TikToks and then I have them fill out the application in my bio. I say, like, I'll reply to their comment and just say message me on Instagram or fill out the application. Not everybody does applications. I kind of like them because they keep me at like a pace. And if you don't like the applications, you don't have to do those. It's just another option. I know Jocelyn Yates doesn't do applications. You don't do applications, right? It's just such a whatever you feel that you want to do kind of thing. And anyways, I just read through your application and I'm excited to get you started. Gosh, this is hard to like. I'd love to send you a quick 10-minute video to explain a little more, and I can also answer questions afterwards. This is my personal cell phone number. Feel free to text me back here. Would you like me to send the video? And I like saying that, and she's the one who I got that from because before I did that, I had sent 80 people messages and just was like, hey, what's up? I'm from TikTok. I saw you filled out my application. Here's the video. And we didn't talk. There was no exchange whatsoever. And I didn't get anybody to sign with those first 80. And then with the second 80, I had 9 of them sign up. And so it's just, you got to try and you're going to fail, and you're going to try and you're going to fail. And then you're going to do something a little different. It's going to work even better, or it's going to bomb and you're going to go back to the other thing. It's just a matter of trying and seeing what works when it comes to TikTok. Sorry, that's the message. And then they say, yes, I'd love to see it. And then I send them my video. And after that, TikTok 2, TikTok 3. This is also Shari. This is also hers. And it's one of my favorite things about her scripts was I always like to ask, what did you like most about what you heard? That question has been so interesting. And what I liked about it was I have been talking to some of the girls on my team about making their video, and I'm using what they liked the most and making sure I'm telling my team, make sure you add this part in your video because people like it. I noticed that people liked hearing it takes hard work. It's simple, but it takes hard work. People love hearing that. They like that they have to work. It depends on their work ethic. There were so many things that were very similar that I was getting back from that question. And then TikTok for what's that? Help you. So tell me about yourself. This is all Shari, so I'm just repeating. I changed it and it works. So I'm doing what works. And then I have them add me on Facebook. I say add me on Facebook with my Facebook thing. And then I'm gonna stop there on that. And just so you guys have those scripts real quick, because then I'm gonna go into like I'm gonna send you guys a few things on explaining the business, but not yet. Explaining the business, and maybe, and I'm assuming you probably have one explaining the business too. So that would be awesome to put for both of us to have our kind of different ones. How we make money, like people ask, well, how we make money? And I'm gonna do those after this other stuff. But hold on, let me go back up to the top. To talk about what she was just saying with the sharing, you guys. If sharing just, you guys, not, okay, you make a post and not everyone that's friends with you is going to see that post unless they go to your page. The only way they're going to your page is because you've gotten them reeled in and they're like, oh, what's she up to? But otherwise, it has to land on their newsfeed in order for them to see the page. Now, see it on Facebook. Now, if they're going to your page, if they're wondering what you're doing and they have to go to your page and they have to scroll through 10 shared posts just to find one post that you actually made yourself, that's not okay. If you can just take this so literally, every post that you share to your page takes $5 out of your bank account. It costs you $5 to share a post. If that is so literal, would you pay $5 to share something on your post? Because if you wouldn't, then send it to somebody in a message. If you needed to send it and show somebody the recipe on how to make dumplings, whatever it is, like send it to a friend. It can't go on your page. You're redirecting them off of your page. It's just, you're like, welcome into my store. Goodbye. Just walk. They've got better stuff over there. Go over there. That's just not what you want to do. You don't want people coming into your shop and you telling them to go somewhere else. And then what she was saying about they need to know who you are. You should be able to scroll on your Facebook, and within the last 10 posts max, they should know 3 things about you: who you are and what you look like, what you do for fun, something fun about you, and something about your business, whether it's about a product or it's about the opportunity. They need to know those things within the last 10 posts. And then let's see, simple goes a long way. I want to just talk about the potentials list, and then we're going to go back into messaging because I want to talk about a little bit on that before we go into follow-ups. But your potentials list should be never ending growing. In my opinion, I have so many lists of potentials. Now, those get recycled for me because if I go through a promotion, and I don't throw them away, but they go over there in the cabinet. But if I have a promotion where it's $39 to get started, and I have talked to this person over and over and over again, and they're not getting started for $39, they go in the cabinet. And I like having a new potentials list, recurring, like over. I want to have people to follow up with. Absolutely. Fortune is in the follow-up. But I don't want to keep following up with the same broken record over and over again, which is why you have to continue to build that potentials list. And when you're looking at your potentials list, who do you add to it? Where do they come from? They come from anybody that you think would be good at the business, somebody who you think is posting a lot on Facebook, somebody who hosts a post for you, somebody who has liked your opportunity posts, somebody who is maybe having a baby, they're having a baby and they're about to need a lot more money. Somebody who's about to have a wedding and they're going to want money for the wedding. Somebody who is a customer of yours, like your customers could easily be your potentials list. So make sure that you have those potentials lists and you're constantly adding to them, because if you get caught up and hung up and you're like, I have 3 people who say they're going to join, you got 3, there should never be a number. There should never be, I'm just talking to 3 people. I'm talking to 3 people right now. You should be talking to way more than 3 all the time. There should never be a number on how many people. I think I've got 2. You don't think, you shouldn't say, I think I have 2. You have a lot. That should be never ending. While those 2 are thinking about it, who else are you talking to? Because you sit there and you're going to wait on them to just get started. And you're just like, hopefully they join. There's people out there who want this business. It's just, and you know what? And this is not even talking about distributors. You know, I had a girl leave, and that happens, you guys. But you know what was really cool is I was like, bye, because guess what? 5 other people were ready to go. I don't have time for that. I've got people who want to join. You guys, there are people out there waiting for you to stop waiting for other people. So make sure you're getting out there, and your potentials list just never stops. And you know, the other way people land on your potentials list is, are you asking them? Like, are you asking them? Shari goes off of attraction marketing. If you're not somebody who is going to be consistent with attraction marketing, you're not going to be consistently posting, and you're not going to use that as your, you know, main way of bringing in people to your business, then you're going to have to ask people, and you can't be afraid of doing that. You have to make sure that you're asking people who you think, you know, would be great at this, people who get a lot of posts or comments on their host posts. You have to make sure that if you're not going to use that attraction marketing, somebody needs you to ask them. And I remember not wanting to ask certain people, and it's happened to me, and it's happened to a few people on my team, where I'm like, oh, I just don't know. That's the chicken list, you guys. It's like, I didn't want to ask this person because I didn't think they'd ever want to do it. Finally, one day, I mustered up the courage to ask this one girl. She's like, oh my gosh, I actually just joined 2 days ago. And it wasn't under me. And that was not fun at all, because I just sat there not wanting to message her because I didn't think she'd ever want to do this business. It's so painful. Don't let it happen to you. I have a girlfriend, Natasha, same thing. Hers was, I just started a week ago, actually. And I was like, ooh, it hurts, huh? I'm so sorry. I know the feeling, but like, don't let that happen to you, because if you're not going to ask somebody, somebody else will. And it's absolutely someone's going to ask them. So make sure that you do not have a chicken list. Everyone on your chicken list, like if you write down anybody you're like, oh, they'd be really good, message them. It's not that scary. It's just, they could say no. What else? Or who cares? They might ignore you. I have lots of them who do that, and I still keep going back. I'm like, I saw you saw my message, and I wanted to make sure you didn't forget about me, because I know I forget to reply back to people a lot. And so I just wanted to check and remind you, I still wanted to know if you're still interested. It's okay to do that. It's okay to just ask people and be real with them. I'm going to send you a few messages in the chat that you can send to people. And that way you guys can have some random people. This is for your chicken list people. Just send it, you guys. And you have to say something about them. You can't just send this without, why do you want them on your team? If they're on your chicken list, there's a reason, because you want them on your team because you really think they'd be good. That's why they're on your chicken list. But make sure you put that in the blank. Why, what are they? You are just so relatable. You are so like, you have so many followers. Like, people love talking to you. You are so, you're always live. You're always like, whatever it is about them, you have to tell them. You know, people talk about cold messaging. I'm not a fan of cold messaging. I'm a fan of cold messaging with a warm message. It has to be personal. It has to actually like there has to be something that you want if you're going to message them, where you're like, I see this, I see something. Let's see, here's another one. This is just a random, like I said, I do not like to message people without a reason. You should have a reason. If you're going to message somebody, tell them why you think that they should do this. If you have somebody who has like something coming up, a life-changing something, they're getting married, they're having a little one, this is the message. It's just, hey girl, I have a question I have to ask because you have a little one on the way, and I wish someone had asked me earlier. How many times have you been approached by it works? I'm guessing a 10, right? I don't always say how many times I have this message saved, but this message usually every message that I send, I'll paste a script and then I edit it almost every single time. It's never going out the same way because it's somebody new. It's a different person. This is a pretty close to similar to what Lachelle does send. And then let's see. Person who, did I send the person who posts a lot? No, I don't think I did. I'll send that one. So this is for the person who posts a lot. You just have to get people off your chicken list. You have to ask, because if you don't, I will. Your mom's friend at work will ask her if she wants the products. You know, I know this is about distributors, but like, if you would be so mad if your mom bought Confianza from a girl at work because you didn't ask her if she wanted some. I mean, just make sure you're asking. And then let's see. So I'm trying to make sure I keep on with my things. Okay, so now you're messaging, and Shari, you give me your like replies. Okay, I'm gonna, just because you know I would give you mine, but I think this would be more interesting. Okay, to have her she has no idea what I'm about to ask her or tell her. But Shari, you just messaged me about becoming a distributor. I have to unmute you again. There we go. And I'm going to tell you some replies, and then I want you to tell me what you're going to say to me in a nutshell. And just, this is not like you're going to hear, like, you're just going to hear it. And if you have to come back to this video and go, wait, okay, this person just said this, listen to what she's saying, and then you'll know what to say. Okay. So, hey, Shari, yeah, that sounds great, but I'm too busy.
What's your work schedule like? Have you ever thought about getting another job or?
I don't think so, because I've got kids. I am just way busy. There's just no way I could fit this in.
We're all busy. We have kids, we have dogs, we have husbands that act like kids, we have after school activities, but I promise you, like an extra $500 a month, like what could that do for you?
I'm in at this point. So I mean, you just said $500. There you go. I mean, okay, I could fit this in. Fine. Okay, Shari, I'm not good at sales.
Me either. What else? No, I'm just playing.
I say that. That's literally what I say back to people.
No, I say that all the time. I say me either, but it's like all the time we go to Starbucks, we go to Target, and we're like, hey, look at what I found. And I usually send these kinds of things in a voice message. I'm like, all the time we go to Starbucks, Target, and we're like, oh my God, look at what I found. It's the same thing.
It is.
Why not get paid for what you're posting? Because Starbucks and Target ain't paying you.
It's true. I mean, Joanna, she's double diamond, and she was telling me she wasn't good at sales. She had done a different company with selling nails and things, and she's like, I don't think that I'd be good at this. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, you wouldn't be good at this. And I sent her screenshots of her sharing t-shirts that she bought and Starbucks, and I was like, you wouldn't be good at this? Why are you doing this? And she was like, right. She had nothing else, and she signed up. And okay, I can't afford, oh no, I don't want to do that one yet. I've done this before and it didn't work.
First of all, I'm nosy. What company were you with? What was your leadership like? And was it you or was it them? Like it's always different in and I usually send these kind of rebuttals in a voice message, like, was it you? Was it them? Did you not have time? Did you not put in the effort? Or did you just not know how to tackle it? Like, talk to me.
I love that. Like, you guys hear that? She's asking. She wants to know. Like, it's not about just they get to have the excuse they've tried it before. Okay, I did too, but like, it didn't mean that
bad. I feel bad because some people have bad experiences where people sign them up and they get no leadership. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know nothing. And so I'm like, I'm sorry that you had that experience, but it's not like that with my team. Like, we work hand in hand. Like, nobody's ever going to leave you. Like, this is a sisterhood. Like, once you get in, you are locked in. Like, we're going to help you every single step of the way. Giving them that reassurance is like, okay, I could breathe a little bit now because the last people left me, or whatever the case may be.
So true. It's just, you guys have got to ask, get to know him. Don't be afraid of that. My husband doesn't want me to do it. Sleep on the couch.
That's a hard one for me, because it's always been a hard one for me, because when I first started, I was engaged to somebody else and he was not supportive. And that's why he's at where he at. And I got a whole different husband. So I think that's best you answer that, because I'm not good.
Oh, that's funny. I tell them, I send them the same message usually every time. I tell them to tell their husband and to ask their husband if their husband believes in them. All you have to do is just tell your husband, hey, do you believe in me? Okay, that's all I need you to do. And then just trust me. Tell them to do that, because if they tell them, I mean, what's the husband gonna be like? No, I don't believe in you. They're not gonna say that. So
That's such a
like,
slap in the face. But there are some that will do that. Look.
there are. And it's when it comes to the ones who are really, I guess you could say, controlled, and I mean that respectively to anybody who has gone through things like that, where you literally aren't supported and not allowed to do something. It's support. Give them the support that they're not getting there, and give them that comfort, that feeling of this, that you're there for them. They have that. They may not have that support at home, but it is here, and there's a lot of it. Express our team, show how much. What you do, you start posting about all the girlfriends that you've made through this business. Start posting pictures of the family that you created, and let her start seeing that and going, okay, maybe she does, maybe I would have a big support system there. I heard this once and I've always remembered it. If you look at what you're posting, you can, if you're wondering, like, what do I post? Take a conversation with somebody that you're talking to about the business and make the post to them. Like, send a letter to somebody, essentially, through a post. If somebody is telling you that they're too busy, make a post the next day and be like, oh my gosh, I was so busy today, but so happy that I was able to still enroll a loyal customer. You're talking to that person, right? You're going to make sure that that post is talking to that person. And whether they see it or not, it's going to talk to a lot of other people too. But it's going to give you an idea of, like, what can I post? Who can I relate to today? Well, there's a girl who I know that I'm talking to who's too busy, who doesn't think she's good at this, who doesn't think that who doesn't have support. I have a lot on here, you guys. I don't know enough people. You don't have to. It's Facebook. It's the largest freaking country in the world. There's like, and we're international. So you don't have to know anybody. It doesn't matter if you live in a small town, if you don't have enough friends, if you think nobody will buy from you, use other stories. If you're newer and you don't have it, borrow this for me. That's okay. My friend Chantel didn't have very many friends either, but she doesn't even know 90% of her customers. She's never even met them in real life. And that's what's great. And we're going to teach you how to do that. Whatever their struggle is, where they think that they don't post on social media a lot, that's okay. I can teach you to do that. Would you post? Would you learn how to post on social media if you can make a couple 500 extra bucks a month, 2,000? Yes, they will. Mm-hmm. Now, if they're going to be like, no, okay, but then no, I'm not going to force you into learning something, because I don't want to teach somebody who's not willing to learn. And, that brings up another point, is you guys, you got to have a standard too. You have got to have a standard, because if you're begging somebody to join, if you're trying to convince somebody to join, you're going to find yourself in the most frustrating place, because then you're going to be begging them to post. Frustrated because they're not doing anything. Don't feel like you just need to enroll just to enroll somebody and then just, okay, cool, I got an enrollment. Have some standards and make sure you're enrolling people who are willing, eager, trainable, who want to do this. The best people are the ones who sell their samples, because they are the ones who they have worked hard for it, And if someone's not willing to, I mean, it's $99, you guys. And we said it, there was a really funny post in the Diamonds chat once, but if you are desperate for $100 to do something else, and you won't do it for this to change your situation, like, I don't know anybody who actually can tell me that they can't start because they don't have $99, because I know anybody who is willing will find a way to get that money. And when you look at the one excuse that I skipped over, it's that I can't afford the startup. Guys, they get $140 when they start. It's in samples, and I'm going to post those in the chat. I'm going to post the scripts that I use for people to sell their samples. So when they say, I don't have any money to join, I reply with this: I totally understand that. Most people who start don't really have that startup, but one idea for you that a lot of people do to start is they pre-sell their samples of coffee to get the money to start. What you would do is find 5 people who want to get a 3-day sampler experience. They can either pick the Skinny Brew, coffee, or our Sleepy Tea. They get 3 days worth for $20 plus free shipping. And once you officially have the 5 people who want one, then you can have them Cash App or Venmo you, whichever currency exchange app you use, and then you'll have the money to get started. From there, you'd have your app and you'd be able to log into the app right away and send the samples to those who purchased from you. Let me know if that makes sense, or if you still need any questions, have any questions at all. I can show you how to get people interested in the samples too, and I can help you with what to say to people who may be willing to support you by getting a sampler. Does that sound good? And then they always say, I had a girl who was like, it was funny. She was super like, I'm not paying. And I was like, I mean, okay, you have to think about this too. There's no need to get sassy with people when you want to be sassy with them, when they say, I didn't know I had to pay. And, I always think, well, I mean, I worked at Hooters and I had to pay for the pantyhose and the $60 Skechers. And every time my shirt got hot wing sauce on it, I had to buy a new $12 shirt. And I have to spend money to drive to Hooters every day. People don't recognize the investments that they make in their normal job. And so they don't understand the investment in this. It's an investment for the license to sell these products. We're borrowing their brand to sell the products they have. And it's $100 for a whole year, and then 35, like, that's nothing. And 35 a year to renew, it's just, to me, it's just crazy. So there's that. And then what I do after that is I will send them, okay, let me see. I'll put these in the chat in a minute because I want to make sure I'm not like
I definitely just copied that down, because I get a lot of people that are like, well, I don't have the money, and I'll just let you know, like, and that's like one of my biggest pet peeves of, I'll let you know, like, homie, do you know I'm gonna follow up with you like in a week or two? Like, you probably don't know, but I'm gonna follow up with you anyway. But I love this rebuttal message where it's like, okay, let me help you make the money now. So then you can gauge that person and see if they are really about joining, or if they're really full of crap and just trying to give you some excuse. Because it's like, okay, let me help you make the money right now and get you in within the next 24 to 48 hours. Or are you just sketchy all around and just don't even want to really, I love that. I just copied it down because I'm going to need to use that.
And then this is when they say yes. I tell them, okay, so basically we get 5 people, et cetera, et cetera. Can I send the status now? And then I send this. Okay, so post to your Facebook page with a colorful background. You can get creative with TikTok too if you want to use all of your resources, but here's the status. And with the TikTok thing, I was trying to find here's the thing, there's a little tip real quick. I was like, okay, let me go on TikTok and find like a TikTok sample video that I can use as an example. And I spent like 20 minutes until I was like, what am I doing? I just make one. If you're trying to find something that you need and it's specific, just a little tip, just make it yourself. I was like, gosh, I'm so lazy. Like, why was I doing that? I just make one. So I made one. Joanna made another one after this idea. I made one with the samplers. I don't have them yet. And I was like, instead of holding the sampler, just hold a coffee mug is what I was telling them. And so Joanna was like, why didn't you just hold the coffee mug then? So if you're going to make a TikTok to show them like a way to like put it on TikTok, hold a coffee mug, make a TikTok and send them yours, because that's a great way for them to pre-sell their samples. After I send that, then I send this message. When people comment or even like it, send them this via Messenger. You can also send it to close family and friends who you know love coffee too. And it's this message. Again, edit it a little bit if it doesn't sound like you at the beginning. There's that. And then after I send that, I send this one. And then that's it. And then, I mean, it's, you know, there are going to be times where maybe you'll have to kind of like explain a little more if they're not understanding it perfectly. Voice clips they're just a little bit more, I don't know, comprehensible. Okay, so then let's go into follow-ups. Let's see. Okay, follow-ups. Yeah, fortune is in the follow-up. Very rarely does somebody ever sign up at the very moment that I talk to them first about the business. It's usually in a follow-up message. Remember, people have lives and they're showering, they're making dinner or whatever. So don't freak out if they haven't replied back to you within like a few minutes. Give them 24 hours. And if they're like, I was just waiting to do this, message them the next day. I mean, simple thing like, hey girl, are you still interested? That simple. If you are wanting to find some follow-ups, like who do I follow up with? Maybe you've been in the business for a while and maybe you don't remember all the people you've talked to. You can go through Facebook Messenger and you can go in there and you can type in a word: interested, work from home, business, not right now, opportunity. Any of those words, search those keywords and it's gonna bring you up messages that include those words, and you can go back to people and follow up with those people who you've talked to about the business that have fallen through the cracks. And this is a message that you can send those people to follow up with. I think that my simplest message to anybody that yeah, you guys, it's so, if, you know, when we have a sale on Thermofite, I will go in my messenger and I will type TFX and I will search messages that contain TFX, because I know I've said TFX or I've said weight loss or I've said cleanse, whatever I've said, something that is very specific that won't bring in a million other messages like and like that's going to bring up every conversation you've ever had, but specific target words that you know you use in a certain message that you know you send to somebody, search those and you're going to be able to follow up with the people who you've talked to about XYZ. But the ones who just like they haven't read it in a few hours or that night and the next day you're like, where'd that girl go? Just say, hey girl, are you still interested? Add some urgency especially when we have promotions. You guys, I'm just assuming they're probably going to do some sort of thing for conference. I mean, I'm here, so with crossing fingers, I hope they'd have one. And you know what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure I have enough potentials, because the day that the next enroller promotion comes up where they say, okay, you can join for less than $99, all of the people that I've talked to, I'm going to be messaging them, and I'm not going to say, hey girl, are you still interested? Then I'm going to be like, okay, hey, listen, I just found out that it is only this much to start. Do you want to get started right now? Like it's go time. Like, let's do this. Do you have 5 minutes to set it up? I can walk you through it right now. And, you know, a lot of times I hear people say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to questions that distributors ask you. And just don't forget, you guys are just asking you a question and you already know the answer. So just answer the question that they're asking you. And I know a lot of times we're like, what do we do? They're saying, well, what do you do? And you're like, I don't know. All of a sudden you forget everything that you do. You're like, I have no idea what I do. And then you message your enroller and you're like, hi, what do I do? And they're like, it's the overthinking thing. And you just tell them what you do. When people ask me what I do, this is a message that I send from somebody who comments on my post, but this can be very easily used for anything. Somebody comments on an opportunity Zoom. If somebody replies to your TikTok and you don't have a video, is it not gonna let me copy, paste? Nope, it's too long. So I'm gonna send you half first. First half and second half. And this is just, I just wrote this, you guys. It wasn't like, you can write it yourself. Just write in your own words what you do. If you are, I write, but sometimes I voice clip too. And if I can encourage you guys something, it's to voice clip, because
absolutely,
you are good at it. Just
Let's
talk a little bit on
it.
that. Isn't it just so much more effective?
Absolutely.
They hear you, they hear your tone, they hear, it's just, there's
excitement, they hear the passion, they hear your drive. They're like, oh my gosh, she's excited. Oh my God, I'm excited. Maybe I should do this right now. Impulse. All right, let me get my credit card. It's like that for a lot of people. They're like, oh my gosh, she's excited. I should be excited. Like, it just rubs off. The energy just rubs off. So I agree.
It's true. And I remember, I'll never forget the first time I was doing a voice message where something didn't go right in the background. I was in the kitchen and the kids, it was like someone did something and somebody got hurt, and I was like, and da, 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 and I was like, and oh my gosh, hold on 1 sec. I think my kid just hurt himself. And I stopped it. And then I got back on. I was like, I am so sorry, mom life. But anyways, let me finish what I was telling you about. Da, 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 da. Real. They're okay with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to, there's some messages that maybe you do a voice clip and you send it to yourself and it's like, hey girl, just want to see if you're still interested. And that's the clip. That's if you want to send like one of those, but the better ones are the ones that are just right there. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to save you more time than typing. It's going to save, it's going to make it, everything that's going to come out is just going to come out naturally. You don't have to think you're going to, if you fumble and let them see it. Because if you're perfectly doing everything, people are going to think that they have to perfectly do everything. And there's going to be people who are going to be like, geez, she's really good at talking. Geez, she just has no distractions in the background. No children are screaming like at my house. Like, they're not going to relate to that. They're going to relate to you. So just be yourself and let those voice clips just come about. Practice them, send them to your sidelines and friends, like, okay, I'm just getting used to this. Like, just send them to each other. And
or
then
send them to yourself. You can voice message yourself. Like, I have a whole thread on Facebook of messages that I've sent to myself, so that when people say one thing, I have a rebuttal message right there. It's in a voice message. So I just forward the voice message to them. When people say, oh my God, I got to get an auto ship, I have a rebuttal voice message that I send to them that says, hey, don't worry about it. You're going to get this monthly. You can change up what you get, blah, blah, blah. But I have rebuttal voice messages sent to myself so that I can just click it and push forward for whatever it is. So you can practice that way too. If you don't like the way you sound, spice it up, delete it, redo it until you like it. And when you have it the way that you want to, you've already saved it to yourself. Just forward it. Boop. Here you go. Boop. Background's loud, but boop, I've already got it saved. No problem.
I remember I had like so many, and I was like, I just kept redoing them, and I was like, gosh, this is it's just so cool to be able to have a little, like, here's a tip too. Like, if you make a good one, right after that, type to yourself like
what it is.
Yeah, so that you know that's what that message is, because otherwise it's just play button and you're just going to scroll through.
Yes, that's what I do. I type up after each one, I say rebuttal, auto ship. Then like I have one about when I feel like going on my greens and my probiotic thing for the week, that's what I'm promoting for the week. I have a voice message about that. And then I type greens probiotic right afterwards. So I know that voice message belongs to that. Oh yeah, for sure.
And then I know that some people get greens and they're like, how do we make money? It's a question that you get asked often. I'm just going to send these individually. I usually say we make money in a few different ways. And like I said, even this, okay, even my own scripts, I will either lay off some things, I will keep stuff off. It depends on who I'm talking to. I will shorten it. This is the long version that you can condense. You can only use like, we make money, you can literally take everything I'm about to send you and just say, we make money a few different ways: sampler cash, weekly bonuses, commissions, promotion bonuses. That's it. And then you can have also the extended version, which I'll send you just so you have it. And you can save this for the extra greens who are like, well, what about weekly bonuses? And what about commissions? And what about this and that? So this is those. And I always tell them whatever the promotion is. That obviously that one that says the more bonuses, that's an old one. And so you update that to whatever it is. It's the $500 emerald ruby and the $5,000 emerald, or 300 ruby, 5,000 emerald. And then you can add whatever. We also have a promo right now. We have a shopping spree, but that stuff changes all the time. All our promos. So just make sure you're always editing this and reading them. Don't just like send it, because most of my stuff has to be edited because I always edit it anyways. And then let's see, anything else here that I messed up? Oh, just growing your network. Okay, real fast on that because I know it's already 8:03. Get into groups, you guys, and be active in them. Don't just like add yourself to, like, mom groups are a little shifty because you never know. Sometimes they kind of get crazy. So get into like hobby groups. Okay. So I'm in like DIY groups, and I'm in farmhouse decor groups, and I'm in cricket groups, and I'm in Woodle dog groups. And when you're in those groups, don't just be in them, be active in them, like post pictures in them. People will follow you from that. And then let's see, anybody who is like, they're like, I don't know, maybe you see them post about how they don't like It Works people. Go to their friends, add them, and then delete them. So that's your network, and you don't have to deal with them. And I did that. My cousins they still don't support what I do. But guess what? One of their cousins, not mine, their other cousin, is one of my distributors. So, and why? Because I added all there. I was like, hey, fine, I'll add all your people. And then I'm going to have them, they can have their own opinion on it. You have yours, but you might have people who have different opinion than you. I add all my mom's friends because I know that they have daughters that are my age. So all my mom's friends are friends with me, and they all host posts for me, and they message me, hey, my daughter would probably be good at this, add all your mom, dad's friends, your uncles and aunts friends, and just make sure, yeah, it was my first place I went. And it's okay if people get like, I just want to give you guys a little story. I had a girl who messaged me, and she was like, it would be great if you didn't spam my family. And I was like, oh, I was just trying to grow my network, but you want to give me the names of your family? I'll make sure I delete them. And I just be cordial. And it was weird because this was a girl that I was actually in life friends with. And I was like, that was really aggressive. And 2 years later, she was sending me a screenshot. She's like, look, you made it to Texas. And I was like, oh, you hated me at one point for adding your people, but you have friends in Texas who are posting my before and after. That's cool. And just don't be so worried about the haters. If somebody is like aggressive with you, the best way to fight back those things is be just, oh, who are they? I'll take care of it. Just find ways to grow your network by finding people who are like you. And that is important, you guys. It's important. You have to grow your network. Tonight, my other task for you is to just, find a group that has to do with you, get in it, and then post something about you, whatever it is. You like makeup, go in a group and be like, okay, what's your favorite mascara, guys? I need a new one. Whatever it is, just get involved into something so that people start watching you. That's just another way of attraction marketing, another way to be seen. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
I think that's probably a training for another day, but that's how I grew my first 10,000 followers on Facebook was from groups. And it was getting into groups that were, you know, that were things that I was interested in. So we're gonna have to do that one night, and I can literally like dig deep and like tell you guys exactly what I did, you know, just everything I did, and just really go into detail about it. But that's how I grew my following first and foremost on Facebook, just from 0 followers to 10,000. Now I think it's over like 19 or 20,000 now, but yeah, we'll have to do that for sure.
Everyone's like, yes. And I am also like, yes. I love it. I love that idea, but I would love all your stuff because I don't have 10,000 followers at all. But I love groups. It's fun, you guys. It's people that are like you. And so it's easy.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to have a technique behind it too. And I had to figure out my technique behind it. Like, oh, okay, the more active I am and I'm liking people's posts and I'm adding them too. Like, I had a technique about it. Like, and people were just like accepting, accepting, accepting. Like, yeah,
Mm,
we're going to have to get into that one night.
yeah, I want to hear all about that. Everyone else does too.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, I hope that this all gave you guys a lot of goodness for enrolling distributors. And make sure that even if you're not enrolling right now, that you are not nonstop adding to your potentials. You're always wanting to do things that are income producing, that are showing people who you are, making sure you're loud and proud, and letting people know this is here. The opportunity is here. Put it on your page and just be so loud and proud about your story, what this is going to do for you, and where you're going, because people follow people who know where they're going. So I'll
Amen.
put this recording on the group pages, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.